Hello, you're watching Avenue X, and today let's talk about a recently started airing Chinese period web drama, 墨雨云间, The Double. This is a 40 episode period drama that's been currently aired on the platform Youku. It is produced by the company that's owned by Yu Zheng, although Yu Zheng's name is not to be found on any credits of this drama. Everybody knows it's his drama. It is directed by Lü Haojiji, who is famous for being the director of these dramas that have made a mark in the web drama land in China, being the son of the writer-producer Hai Yan. When he was younger, he was the most influential, most powerful show creator, you can put it that way. And often when people talk about the Beijing circle of Chinese entertainment, particularly film and television, this man would be called the Generation 1 godfather. So basically this director comes from extremely influential family of the drama land. As for the leading actors, we have Wang Xingyue and Wu Jingyan. As for the original IP, it's based on a novel called 敌驾千金, written by the author 千山茶客. This is a 40 episodes drama. As I'm sitting down making this video, I've watched 17. If you go on Youku and watch this drama, you'll see each episode is actually slightly longer than the normal 45 minutes, counting in the opening and ending credits. Because this drama did quite well first week when it went online, there are people who are just not happy about how well it performed. Then they try to report this drama upon the basis of, although it didn't exceed 40 episodes, each episode is too long. It's longer than the normal 40-45 minutes. It's 50 minutes long. So they're actually violating your rules and blah blah blah. And I'm just like, people, it's just an idol period drama. What the heck? Although I'm not a fan of this drama, it's silly to report this drama on the fact that each episode is slightly longer than expected. A very general recommendation I would give people is with conditions attached. There are actually things enjoyable about this drama. You may actually have fun with it. I probably put it around one gold mine, but taken all those conditions away, this drama is just another period idol drama from Chinese drama land. As usual, let me quickly introduce you to the story, and then we're gonna go into the good and bad. The female lead character, she has already been married to this guy for a couple of years. They don't live the most luxurious life, but it's a good enough life. He went to the exam and actually ended up top 1 of the nation. And as the wife to this guy, whose marriage actually wasn't really supported by her own father, she felt, oh, finally, the couple of years of hard work of me as the wife finally pays off. My husband now is number 1 and he's gonna get a position somewhere, and then everything is gonna be rosy from now on. Very unfortunately, her husband got noticed by the Grand Princess, who is the sister to the current reigning emperor, and she's a psychopath, yeah, basically. And the princess pretty much forced the guy to murder his wife so that she can be with him. Our female lead gets rescued by another girl and very conveniently died. So she took her identity, returns home to that girl's family when the girl actually has been sent away from her family for 10 years. So nobody actually knows what she looks like now. Convenient, yeah? So she goes back taking this girl's identity, trying to seek revenge, finding out exactly who it was that wanted to murder her because she didn't know. She crosses paths with a very powerful man who is a duke, played by Wang Xingyue, who also has things he wants to investigate about his own past. So their path crossed, and then obviously they're gonna fall in love, clearly, and then help each other kind of sort out their mess. They're all very familiar story and plot that if you watch a lot of Chinese period dramas or read a lot of Chinese web novels, nothing is new. Like Frankenstein thing that got every element you've ever watched stitched together. On the positive end, point number 1, this is overall a not boring story. Things are always happening, sometimes even too quickly, wanting to push the plot forward that they don't even spend time to build things up type of situation. Number 2, the overall visual is not on the worst end of Youku period dramas, let's put it that way. I wouldn't say the best. It still has very silly camera usage that often you see in Chinese drama land, but let's say it has reasonable enough lighting that doesn't just completely take out all details of people's faces, and when it's dark and night, it will give you a little bit dark and light contrast. Its color grading is not really towards any particular type of look, so it's not super yellowy, it's not super magenta. It's like sitting in a comfortable zone of people look like people. The third thing is, if you're familiar with the particular type of web novel that we call 爽文, for the pleasure of it, for the fast running of it, for the leading characters to overcome impossible obstacles. It's like the female version of Joy of Life. You know, the guy always wins, the guy has all the buff on him. So you have the female lead who has all types of buff on her too. Sometimes you just want to let off some steam and you just want to enjoy and brainless triumph of your leading character. This is the thing to go into. Then let's talk about what I think are the not so good parts. Number 1, dubbing. Most of the characters are dubbed. Apart from 3 to 4 among the main characters who are actually doing it by themselves. For example, this lady, who actually is a supporting role and doesn't have much time. For example, the ex-husband character. The two leads, Wang Xingyue and Wu Jingyan, are both dubbed. Technically speaking, they're all performing at 50% maximum because their voices are completely taken away. And I'm not a fan of that. Also, because Wu Jingyan always gets dubbed by Qiu Qiu, and Qiu Qiu really dubbed many other famous characters in Chinese drama and history, such as Ni Huang in Nirvana. So you see, like, always there's a difficulty when I hear Princess Ni Huang's voice coming out of Wu Jingyan's face. It's never really sat fully correctly with me even till today. Number 2, this doesn't happen to every scene and probably very occasionally only happening to this drama because it's a period drama set in real human world. It's not fantasy, so you don't have over sort of use of magic and stuff. But at a certain point of this drama, at least up to now, there's one scene, like a one plot that needs this over the top CG, and they did it for the female lead to play the music instrument, and it's basically a way of visualizing how well she plays. Therefore, they did this ridiculous sequence of CGI. I don't want to spoil it for you here, but what I want to say is when it gets to the point where she needs to play an instrument in the competition, I'm just warning you, don't get too close to your laptop when you're drinking. You may just completely ruin everything. I think they did it intentionally just so that when they air it, they know it's going to go on trending because it's too ridiculous and everybody is just going to say, what the heck am I looking at? And it's going to go on Weibo trending. And that's a way to promote the drama. And they did it and they succeeded. And I think that's the only reason that that type of sequences gets made. And they know too well how to play with the emotions of the audiences and play with these days traffic and internet and social media, all that. That just makes me feel such cheap tactics. In a way, quite pathetic. Expected, because it's from Yu Zheng, you know, he always does that. You've been warned. Take care of your laptop. Third point attached to that, this drama's fascination of extreme close-up in slow motion with a fan. They have a huge wind blower, like a fan off camera. Emotionally shocking and lengthened and strengthened moment. You have slow motion coming in. You have a kind of like a lens pulling the focus, whatever they're trying to do. The huge fans start to blow, and because of the slow motion, their hair, their ribbon, just like all go. There's so many shots in the drama that works like that. It doesn't necessarily actually make the actors look good because they are very, this time, not crazy on scene smoothing. When somebody has a little bit tired look, you know, a little bit baggy-eyed or a little bit like whatever, like cakey makeup, and then they have this close-up coming up like to this point of your face and it's all in slow-mo. You see every detail of the imperfection of their makeup and stuff, and with that music in the background, and it's just silly. It gives you the sense of a 5-year-old is trying to impress a whole room of adults and the kid tried too hard. I mean, this director is known to do that. 太子妃升职记, The Go-Go Princess, is that the English title? The turnaround in slow motion running, hair flying shot, or 将军在上. They have so many, like circle around, slow motion, petals falling from the sky, the wind is blowing shots, if you watch those two dramas. This drama is from the same director who did those two dramas, so you totally see this very stable aesthetics this person has, which is I just like slow motion and a lot of wind blowing in people's face. If it's your cup of tea, it's fine. If it's not, it's weird. Earlier I mentioned that people actually reported this drama for each episode being too long. I was like, actually, if you just don't use slow motion at all, then immediately every episode will be like 5 minutes shorter. And then the next point, the actors and their acting. If you've watched Wu Jingyan and Wang Xingyue in other things, you kind of can already predict how it's gonna look and it's not gonna jump out of your expectation. I'll put it that way. I think Wu Jingyan often is okay in wider shots. She actually becomes completely unreadable and wooden in close-up. Particularly this drama really likes close-up. So whenever there's this slowly zooming in or pushing in or tracking in shot of her getting closer and closer and she's looking at the lens, she's completely zoned out. Her eyes is completely not focused on anything. Her eyes are huge, okay, but there's nothing going on. I wouldn't say uncanny valley because she's a human, you know, like she's not really a robot, but you feel this weird disconnect. Yeah, it's a human, but it's not. It's even more than wooden. It's like she's not there. And it happens so many times, it's not just one shot or one scene particularly. It's like every time you have this type of close-up, she's zoned out. It gives you a really eerie feeling. Wang Xingyue is too in his comfort zone, to the point where I still haven't seen the genuine emotional expression and connection of this actor. The raw things of an actor that you hope you can see captured on camera hasn't happened by episode 17. All his character is doing is the very classic expected cold, aloof, powerful man who actually really appreciates the woman but pretends he doesn't care. That classic Chinese period drama on top male character. So it's not bad, it's just completely expected. It lacks that little bit energy of being truthful and unguarded. So for the two leads, I can deal with their acting. Is it in any way good enough for me to stop and pause and change my opinion about them, or really make me want to recommend the drama to other people based on that? No. And then for the supporting roles, well, they don't have that much screen time and they're very two people. They're just like there to push the plot forward. A typical Yuzhong drama is pretty much like that. The last point is the biggest problem of this drama, which is you have to basically switch off all the logical thinking your brain is capable of doing. And then you can watch this drama and actually enjoy parts of it. Exhilarating to see the female lead just beats everybody with her invisible slaps across their faces. Whenever other people want to put her down because she's the female lead and she always finds a way out, you have to switch off your analytical brain, because if you do have even 1 ounce of it left, then you can't continue watching it, because actually nothing makes sense. Whenever we need it in the scene, we'll set up a role. Next scene, we'll just completely ignore we've just set up the role. For example, in this world, supposedly, the chastity of a woman is very important. If you got caught, like adultery, which is the beginning of the female lead story when she gets wronged. Societally, people just expect if you are like that, then you're a worthless woman and you can be just dealt like trash. But in this capital, the guys and girls who are not married, they can go to the same school, like they can study together, and they even have to be paired up. Yes, it can be paired up to take official exams. So it's like a team made up with guys and girls, and they're all students, and they literally come together as a team. And then on one hand, you have to be, if you're not married, the good girl, so you have to be like staying in your backyard of your home. On the other hand, you just spent one night in a stranger's place and nobody cared about it. Like your family didn't come out and seek, like find you, like because you didn't go home for a whole night. Also, things such as they got invited to the imperial palace, have the banquet because they eventually won this whole exam thing. Girls who are from the officials' families, daughters, they got invited to this thing, and middle of it, they decided we're gonna go out of the banquet hall and walk around. Imperial palace. There's no guards, there's no servants, there's no eunuch, there's nobody following them. They just like, this tea room is too small, let's getting not happy with it, let's get a bigger one. They just walk around randomly in Emperor's backyard, because it's just for the convenience of the plot to happen, so that the female lead can be found drunk somewhere and they can then do whatever for that plot to happen. Therefore, they can let all outsiders, strangers, commoners, right, to just get into the palace and walk around and have fun. This world has no rules, and all the rules are made up on the spot. Once it's made, it's forgotten, so that the next thing something happens that's actually against the rule, and then they just like, who cares? We're now in this plot now, so let's just live in the present. And it's all for the convenience of having the female lead gets what she wants, her revenge or her investigation or whatever. One of the reasons I probably wouldn't continue watching it is because I know it doesn't care about respecting me as an audience. And that's how I think about this drama so far. And I've told you everything I think is worth watching or maybe problematic for you. So now it's your turn to decide whether you wanna invest your time into it. 墨语云间, The Double. Thank you for watching Avenue X. I'll see you in my next video. Meanwhile, live long and happy drama watching.